So we have Jasmine Lucero who writes, how do you manage sewing with kids and significant other? I struggle finding balance between the little free time I get. Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Delilah. My channel is actually called Simply Delilah, and I'm so excited for today's topic, which is like all different topics. I'm going to be answering a lot of questions, and they're all kind of geared around sewing. So I'm going to be answering some questions like this and that, and that, and okay guys, yes, I'm going to get to all of those questions. Okay, so do I have your attention now? Now, the first question a lot of you guys have asked, about like, how do I manage my time? Yes, I work. I have a husband. I have 2 daughters. One is older and has moved out. And so I'm going to be bouncing back to that question a lot. And so the first thing that I do want to say, I guess, with that, because I could go on for hours about that. A lot of times I just sew from like 6 a.m. to 11 on Saturdays, and then Sundays I'm trying to also getting ready for Monday. So I really don't have a lot of time to sew, but I will definitely come back to this subject and keep giving you more examples. Okay, so I'm going to try to stay in order. I'm going to try to be proficient with this. Okay, so I'm just going in order. So this one says, would you consider doing more sew-alongs? And this person, it says SD1212Y2. I will call you by your name, if I see it, but that one is just like a username. I have done, I did my 7969 sew-along. The thing that I consider when I'm making a video is what you guys like and what you're drawn to. And I've noticed that the sew-along videos don't really get as many views, and they take a long time. And so I kind of have to weigh that out. I will consider doing more sew-alongs. Okay, so hi Lynn, and Lynn, thank you for your order for the car seat cover. Now, Lynn Shepherd says, when do you do all that sewing? You are so prolific. Do you work on one project at a time, or do you have several that you work on? And so, yeah, that's what I mentioned. I always have several projects going at one time. What I like to do is batch my tasks though. So for example, right now I actually have a lot going on, but I've changed all my serger thread to black, and I'm just going to sew up everything that I have in black. I'm looking around right now. I have car seat covers that I need to sew. I have I'm sewing up a black dress, so I'm going to do that as well. I do also batch cutting. So when I make my car seat covers, I'm cutting up a whole bunch, like maybe 10 at a time. So I have them ready to go. And also I hate cutting too. But also when I'm making outfits, I'll usually always have 2 outfits, 2 projects cut out ready for me to go at any time. And then even with my daughter, if I make her a pattern, then I'll go grab something, but like right now I'm making her the Amsterdam, and so I will cut out at least 2 at the same time. So I usually don't, when I'm making something, I usually will make like cutting out like 2 things at once. Oh, and then Heather also asked, I want to know how much you get done and how you sew so fast. Okay, so that's another thing. Like for me, when I do my fast sewing, I think the 2 major time savers that I have is I do all my gathering on my serger. And I do have a tutorial for that one. So for example, this shirt right here, like these gathers, it takes me no time at all. I run those through the serger and I attach it to the bodice and I'm done. And then I just like finish the hem at the bottom. And then another thing that how I'm able to sew so fast is because I use my rolled hem foot to finish a lot of the bottom hems. So I make a lot of outfits for me and my daughter that have tiers and gathers and things like that. So that is a lot of fabric that you're gathering and a lot of fabric that you have to hem. If you can master the rolled hem foot, I promise you, I think it, maybe I'm just saying this, correct me if I'm wrong, but I kind of feel like it would save you like 45 minutes off of a project just by doing the rolled hem. Probably another like 30 minutes off your project just by using your serger to gather the fabric. Now, hi Sew April, she left a message. Can't wait to see your scrunchie video. Yes, I am working on my scrunchie video. And then she says, do you plan your sewing time? Yes, I do plan my sewing time. Okay, so I try to get like maybe 30 minutes of sewing done in the mornings before I have to go to work. And on the weekends, I sew from like 8 to noon. Okay, this one is from Meek. And she says, I always see 3 sewing machines in your background, and she's asking about the one on my left, and it's this one right here. You can barely see it right there. And she's asking if it's a cover stitch machine. So if you have been following my channel for a while, you might say, you know, oh, I've never seen you use a cover stitch machine. And that is correct. I don't have a cover stitch machine. That one, I will take you over there. Let's go over there right now. This is my Husqvarna. It is one of the first machines I got. I think I got it like 15 years ago, purchased it from Joann's. It just has the most beautiful stitches. When I do my car seat covers, like when I'm about to finish them, like finish the hem at the bottom, I always use that one because it just provides very uniform, pretty stitches. Now, I also have my baby lock here, and I'll show you that. I love my baby lock because it has so many good features. Like, okay, so my Husqvarna is kind of basic. Like, it doesn't have like the cutting of the thread. You can't lift up your foot press. You can't lift it up. But what I love about my baby lock is it has the thing where I can lift it up with my knee, the presser foot with my knee. I also love that it has where it'll just cut the thread for you. I love how fast it is and how smooth it is. So this one I also use when I make like my car seat covers, when I make everything, and I can just push things through so incredibly fast with no problems at all. And then I have my brother serging machine, and that one I love. I use it all the time. All 3 machines I just feel like I couldn't do without. And I know, yes, I know, I'm so very blessed to have those 3 machines. Okay, and then the next one is Mary. She left a really sweet comment and also is asking me, where do you live? Not sure where it is that you live, but it looks very green. And I live in Utah, and spring and summer is when it is really green. Although this year, I don't know what they're gonna do. They might turn our water off, but I do take a lot of pictures in my yard, and my husband loves doing yard work and landscaping, and so he's like a perfectionist when it comes to our yard. But also I love the outdoors. I love going hiking. I'm trying to stay active and things like that. And so we also have the 5 national parks, and I could go into that forever and ever. So if you ever want to go on a vacation or do outdoors, Utah is definitely the place to be. So Notes is asking, what is your favorite ready-to-wear store that you, and do you seek inspiration from that? Most definitely. So I go on Pinterest a lot. There is an online boutique that I love, and it's called Chic Soul. I've shown you guys this store in the past. I love this model right here because she does have, I feel like I have kind of the same body shape as her. So I try to see like, well, what looks good on her, I feel like might look good on me. And I do try to replicate that. Another store that I always check on to see like what the new trends are is called Bohm. And it's like a boho chic type place, but sometimes I have to be careful with that one because all of their models are like really, really tall, and I take note of the fabrics that they use. So some of the dresses that I see, I'm like, ooh, I love that dress. And if the fabric was on a bolt, I wouldn't generally pick that fabric. And so it's kind of tricky trying to find fabric that you like and think, well, yeah, it looks good on the bolt, but would it look good as a dress? And so that is what I really take to mind, is the fabric that they use, and I try to replicate that when I go to like fabric.com. That's the only fabric shop I can think off the top of my head right now. Okay, and then Brooke, she says, I would love to know where you post your scrub caps, and do you use your own pattern? Excuse me. She has a husband and he is an operating room nurse, and I do have a lot of scrub caps that I made in 2020, and I've kind of steered away from that. I love making them. They're easy. I did kind of make my own pattern. Like, I found a pattern on Pinterest, and then I just kept critiquing it and fitting it. And then I have my own cardboard cutout that I use. And so I can definitely share that, but I don't really make scrub caps anymore. I do have a few available in my Etsy shop. They were so fun to make, but I'm trying to scale down my Etsy shop and just gear it towards my customers. And okay, so Michelle asks, congrats on nearing 5,000 subscribers. Question, how did you get started doing YouTube videos? Okay, I really like this question because I started my channel last year in 2021. Gosh, I'm trying to think, what year are we in? Okay, so in like January of 2021. And the reason why I started it is because I like to teach people. I like to inspire people. I did used to host a bunch of hikes in the Utah Outdoors group, but when the COVID hit, we couldn't really do that. But that's what I like to do. I like to reach out, to women, and I knew there were like a lot of women out there that wanted to hike but are afraid to like do it themselves. And so that's what I loved about it. It's like, come on, I'm inviting you to come with us and just have a fun time hiking. And so that's kind of how my sewing is too. It's like, I have this skill, and I know that there are like a lot of women out there that want to learn how to sew as well, but sewing locally is not really like a big thing. So I was like, well, I'm just gonna start my own channel and inspire them to start sewing. Like, you have to have a hobby. Even if you're married, you have kids, you kind of need that time to enjoy what you love doing. So that is mainly why I came up with this YouTube channel, and I love, that you guys watch. I'm now having like 5,000 subscribers, and it's very exciting, and I have so much fun doing it and making the videos and like kind of making you guys laugh sometimes, but also inspiring you to make your own clothes and just giving you like different techniques. I don't know, I feel like I've been talking a lot. So I'm going to let you guys go for now. You're probably sick of hearing my voice, but if you're not, make sure that you check out my pattern reviews right there. I also have a lot of other fun videos and tutorials as well. So I want to thank you for your support of my channel and watching, and until next time, happy sewing. Bye guys.